Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. So, it is Saturday, now the roadmap has been updated again. Kicking off as always with 3.3 and characters. Geoff Zanelli is now in the polishing phase. He is a mission giver located at Hurston on Lawville. He is now in polishing. The RSI Odyssey flight suit was at 3 out of 13 tasks. It's now at 7 out of 13, so they've completed 4. The Hurston clothing collection is at 150 out of 154 from last week's 145, so they've completed 5 more tasks in that from last week, and there's only 4 more to go. In locations, the Hurston planet is now at 71 out of 82. They have completed 2 tasks, but also added 4 more tasks. The Lawville landing location is now 89 out of 154. Again, they've completed 13 tasks, but they've added a further 12. The small rest stops is at 27 out of 41, which is 1 more complete from last week, which was 26 out of 42. So for gameplay, the scramble racing missions, this is now at 31 out of 46. They have completed 9 tasks, but they also added 6 more. The FPS combat for missions is at 23 out of 28 from last week's 21 out of 25, so they've completed 2, but again added 3 more. For asteroid mining, they're at 15 out of 17, so there's only 2 more tasks to go, and they did complete 1, but they've also just added 1. For the transit system, they're at 15 out of 20. They have completed 2 tasks in that. The shipboard ping and scanning was at 19 out of 29. It is now at 19 out of 24. So although they've not completed any, they have removed 5 more tasks. For Arena Commander and Star Marine REC Rentals, that's at 3 out of 7. They did just remove 1 task. It was at 3 out of 8. For group system improvements, this is now at 22 out of 40, so they've completed 1, but added 9 from last week. The turret improvements is now at 10 out of 13. No tasks have been added to that one from last week, and 4 have been completed. For the no-fly zones, they're at 5 out of 13. They have completed 3 tasks in that from last week's 2 out of 13. And then for item kiosk shopping improvements, they have just added a task from last week. It is now at 3 out of 12. Now onto AI for the flight behaviours. This has moved into polishing as well, which is excellent news. The FPS combat first reactions was at 14 out of 20. It is now at 17 out of 21, so they've completed 3 and only added 1. For the FPS combat multiple enemy combat behaviours, this is now at 8 out of 13. So onto the ships. The Hammerhead is at 64 out of 106. They have completed 4 tasks on that from last week. The Mustang Alpha is at 33 out of 63, meaning they have completed 3 tasks. The Mustang Beta is at 8 out of 11. The Delta, Gamma and Omega are now at 7 out of 11. The Constellation Phoenix is at 34 out of 73 from last week's 30 out of 73, so there's 4 tasks completed for the Phoenix. The Cyclone AA is at 4 out of 36, and the Cyclone RC and RN are at 5 out of 11, meaning they've completed 1 task on each of those. And then the Cyclone TR is at 4 out of 11, with 3 tasks being completed for that one. Now on to weapons and items. The Cossack Arms Kana is at 21 out of 28, completing 4 tasks this week. The Hurston Dominance series is at 9 out of 24. It was at 7 out of 24 last week, so 2 more tasks completed there. And the same goes for the Attrition series, which is now at 13 out of 30. They have completed 2 more tasks on that one. So the core tech for 3.3, the real meat and potatoes. Starting with VoIP and FOIP. That last week was at 16 out of 36. It is now at 23 out of 37, so they've completed 7 tasks on that VoIP feature, but they've only added 1. For general performance optimization, they have completed 2 and added 2. It was at 15 out of 42. It's now at 17 out of 44. And good news on network bind culling. That is now in the polishing phase, so excellent progress there. So object container streaming. The ones that have been updated are the background spawning, which is now at 185 out of 198. They've just completed 1 task from 184 last week. The code conversion is now at 69 out of 79. It was at 66 out of 79. They've completed 3 more tasks there. And then game object extensions conversion is now in the polishing phase. So there's some great progress there. All in all, 3.3, it seems like they've been adding quite a lot of new tasks there, which is quite surprising. Obviously getting through quite a lot of tasks, but when you see many more being added, it does kind of make you worry. But object container streaming is still steaming ahead and coming along very well. We will see what happens next week. For 3.4, characters, Wallace Klim, the mission giver, is now at 2 out of 15. One of Artcore's Moons, Walla, is now at 6 out of 7 tasks complete compared to last week's 2 out of 7, so there's 4 completed there, and that is almost done. And then finally for weapons and items in 3.4, the Cast-Stack Arms Ravager 212 is at 2 out of 29, and the Sucker Punch Cannon Revision is at 2 out of 23. So not a lot of movement on the further patches, which I am completely fine with. They don't come out for a long while. 3.3 is priority, obviously. And as I say, adding a lot of tasks, but they are still burning through a lot of other places. Whether we see it all coming in, I doubt it. But as long as object container streaming is in, I'm happy. I did hear, I haven't seen RTV just yet, but I did hear that they are releasing it, the 3.3 build, to the Evocati test flight group, hopefully next week sometime, or within a week's time, I think was said. This is excellent news. It means it gets it into the hands of backers and they can start testing it and working with it, reporting those bugs. It's the first step of getting it out to us all. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Follow me over on Twitch as well if you want to hang out and play some Star Citizen. On Monday, it is my birthday stream along with Bristol Boy and Achiru. We do a long-ass stream all day long, having a lot of beers, giving away a lot of ships and a lot of good content. Follow the link below. Make sure you're following so you don't miss out on that one. Hit that subscribe button here, and I shall see you next time.